Yeah, what's up? It's Chub B, man. Yeah, I just want to do a quick video about Steve Bunce, the wrongin', the wrongin' Steve Bunce. Now, I've done videos about him before, watch them, it's about how he, embarrassed some 5 hookers, in Uganda by sticking biros in their batty holes and took Polaroids. And it's 100% confirmed, by the way, the people that were there and they seen the Polaroids. So, it's not. It sounds weird, but come on, these people are degenerates. I mean, it's not unusual for these disgusting folk. And Bunce is So he's been in boxing journalism for a long time. He was an amateur boxer in London. He's been around for a long time, and at some point he was fairly respected. But like everyone else, he'd been bought. Clearly. And that's even disregarding the whole biro incidents in Uganda. Now, I looked at a forum and I searched up on that, and it's quite weird. There's like a whole threads about it, about Steve Bunce, and what he did with the biros, and they've taken things off Twitter. He's threatened people up, going, "I'm gonna get Big Dave. I'm gonna get Big Dave from Sheffield. He's on the case. He's gonna sort these people out." And then these posters, these people just disappeared, right? I don't know. I don't read too much into it. I don't think anyone was whacked, but I don't know who Big Dave is. It's extremely funny. I'd love to see that fat piece of shit turn up on my Trip B door anyway. He get knocked the fuck out and slapped up all over the shop anyway. But this is so. This Bunce, yeah. Now, he used to be regarded as quite an independent. He'd write for some big papers. He'd say his stuff, but he realized, you gotta make sure your bread is buttered on the right side. Yeah, and he joined the elitists. Now, many times I've said, but I need to repeat to say it because it's important. Boxing is a microcosm of what's going on in the world. So everything that happens in the real world, the manipulation, the agenda, gets reflected in boxing. All right, and Steve Bunce, the disgusting, sweaty biro abuser, batty hole abuser from Uganda, is part signed up. He's a pawn, a low level pawn, but he's signed up by the elitists, and he knows he's got to play the game. And that includes like lame stuff like talking about women boxing, saying, "Oh yeah, Anthony Joshua won the Usyk 2 fight by 7 rounds to 5." This guy knows his boxing. How bought, how low must your morals be to claim something like that? I mean, I had Joshua winning 1 round, 1 round, despite the pathetic narrative rolled out by the boxing journalist community, if such thing exists. Anyway, so I don't watch a lot of these stupid interviews on, IFL, Boxing Social. They're all whack. But if there's something, I get recommended these things, and sometimes I'll have a little look. I never watch the full thing, never, because it's whack. Anyway, and bizarrely enough, in the actual thumbnail of the video, and the video is entitled something like Steve Bunce, there's 50 worst heavyweights, the Tyson Fury could fight the Mahmoud Charr. 50 worst ones. Think about it, man. Right? So he's sort of saying, it wouldn't be a bad fight, so what, Mahmoud Charr, right? I looked at the boxer rankings, which by no means perfect because they're run on an algorithm. Mahmoud Charr I think he's 37. He looks like a 50-year-old gigolo who takes too much steroids. He's rated number 59 by BoxRec. So that means 57 heavyweights above him that would be better. That would be better for Tyson to fight. You know? I mean, some of these guys are like Fabio Wardley. Guys I haven't heard of, called Chris Terziewski. I've never heard of this guy. You know? And, you know, obviously the well-known names like, you know, Caballero, Sanchez, Wallin, Bakoli, Hunter, Joe Joyce, Pulev, Chisora, you know, even Luis Ortiz. I mean, you know, it's just nuts. This idiot. Even Bakodir Jalolov is 46, yeah? He's had like, I don't know, 10 fights and he just won the Olympic gold medal. I mean, he's way better than Charr, obviously, but, you know, he's only had 10 fights. I mean, imagine trying to boy out Mahmoud Charr as a decent potential opponent for Tyson Fury. This is how pathetic these boxing journalists are. They now know they have to toe the line. Otherwise, they're not going to get used anymore. There was a time, you know, Nigel Benn. So there's a back in the day, he was brought on as you know, he's a well-respected guy. He's a warrior. People like him. People remember him. He's got a son. And anyway, he got pulled up on this is years ago, man. He went on Sky Sports. And he goes, yeah, this is not a bad event, but it's not as good as the old days, the old ITV days. You know, so what? Never got featured again on Sky Sports. And if you listen to the pathetic people like Matt Macklin, Adam Smith, obviously, Adam Shalom Smith is obviously pathetic. But anyone who comes on has to big up the event that's seen. These women fighters are amazing. They're better than the men. Oh, this woman's got a hook like Joe Frazier. I mean, it's just so poor. And unfortunately, the normies suck it in. But anyway, so before I stop slagging off Steve Bunce, because I ain't got time. He's such a bum, degenerate, sweating, pink, fat. Yeah, I don't like him. Because I used to think, you know. But he gets all these gigs by just being a liar and towing the line. Anyway, this is the most important thing. So watch, this little clip of him being interviewed. Watch this, man.
Okay, but let me tell you something. Here today, there's about 150 members of the YouTube boxing family. Okay, this is exactly, you see that figure? That's the exact amount of people will say the Manny Charr fight shouldn't happen. 0.
Lord, did you see that? I mean, I've called this out again and again and again. Not just boxing, obviously not just boxing. It's a microcosm of the world. All around, all these so-called celebs and politicians are flashing the same sign over and over and over again. And the signs will be their downfall. And it's a clear 666 symbol. Yeah? At least Bunce, you know, he holds it up for like, you know, way too long. And he tries to make an excuse for it. This is how many people would have a problem with Mahmoud Charr fighting Tyson Fury. 0. But he doesn't do the 0 sign. He does the 666, right? And he holds it up. He's yet another guy. He's been bought. He sold his disgusting batty hole for cash. He's got no morals. And why would you expect him to have morals? This is a guy that humiliates poor Ugandan women by sticking biros up their batty holes, right? You know, what a scumbag, man. What a scumbag, man. And if you can't see the patterns again and again, you're not looking, or you're not listening, and you need to watch some Triple B. Peace, y'all. Sorry, just before I go, I forgot one important fact, right? So Steve Bunce, the nonce, the biro and the Ugandan hooker abuser, you know, the liar, the 666 flasher, the scumbag, yeah. So the point of his video was, there's 50 worst heavyweights that you could choose except Mahmoud Charr. Now, let's look at some data, man. I looked on BoxRec, as I mentioned, there's 1,344 heavyweights that are active, and that means they fought in the last year, right? 1,344 male heavyweights, yeah? So Charr's number 60, so that means there's over 1,000, 270 or whatever it is, heavyweights that are worse than Charr would be a worse choice. Not 50, Bunce. You pathetic degenerate. Huh? Yeah? Lying tower. No one respects you. Look at the forums. You're a fool.